That's her from The Upcoming. I love your dress. Absolutely stunning. Huge congrats on this movie. Why should people make Tinsel Town their new favorite Christmas movie?
Because don't you all feel we need a new one? We see the same things over and over. And now we need something super English that's going to play well over here and for years to come. I think Christmas movies have that thing, like you can watch the same thing year after year and it would still make you feel good. And everyone kind of just gathers around as just like a wholesome family experience. And that's what this time of the year is all about. So, yeah.
And also we do have lots of British comedies, British Christmas comedies, but the fact that, it's like up north and centered around like, this community panto, I feel like I've not seen that before. So what really appealed to you about the project?
What really appealed to me was the team behind it. I knew that we would all be able to execute and deliver, and I thought that if we all came together, it would be and we had the right campaign around it, it would just translate well on screen. I really feel like you need to watch this one to really understand the tone for it, because it might seem kind of Hallmark when you see the cast and the crew and how in it they were. It's just special. You'll have to see it to understand it.
And it's almost like a slightly meta level, I think, to having Kiefer as your protagonist as Bradley, because, he's we aren't used to seeing him in a comedy, and we're definitely not used to seeing him in like a sort of local kind of quintessentially British one. So was it the most perfect casting to see him take on this role?
Exactly. And I think it was kind of like, no one's seen him do comedy, but he's so good. And, he's been at it for such a long time that he's so well practiced, and he really, really knows how to make it punch. And I think he's incredible to watch and incredible to work with.
And really going for it in those actual panto scenes, the singing, the dancing. I mean, it doesn't seem like he was faking that either.
And to think that for me, panto was a fairly new concept for me, because in the US we don't have that. And certainly not in Singapore either. I kind of love it now. I'm kind of like really, I want to watch more panto. This is like my new takeaway from having had this whole experience and doing this film. So
I mean, there's quite a cutting line of it being sort of the lowest common denominator of entertainment. So some people can be a bit snobbish about it. But what do you think it is about panto that is so brilliant and it needs to stay a mainstay of our culture?
I love that the audience plays such an integral part of it, because I feel like you feed off of that energy and you reflect that energy. I also come from an acting background, and I know that as an actor, it's something you love to receive. And I'm like, damn, like I wonder why we don't do panto in the US, because it's so ingratiating. You know what I mean?
And I love the fact that you actually pull off basically staging a panto within the movie. Was that like a double challenge then? It was sort of like, like a double performance.
I feel like it mirrored each other really well, and it's kind of like the film within the film kind of thing. But no, it's the panto within the film. But yeah, I just feel like it was fun. It was fun. It was super fun to do.
Were there any moments where anything went wrong? I feel like there was a lot of improv as well, where people cracking up left, right, and center.
As a producer, you're always putting out fires.
Hearing Rebel do a northern accent, I think, was also my other favorite thing about this film.
Yes, and she's great. She is fantastic.
And in terms of the takeaways, like any great Christmas movie, there are so many laughs, but there's so many great messages as well about reconnecting with family and having that kind of moment of, feeling some redemption, even if everything seems to be going wrong, all being together, having that community. I feel like it's a great message.
I think so too. I think it's a beautiful message, and you have those Oscar-winning films, and like they stand for something amazing. But that's room for films like this too. And we all need to feel something for a film to really work. People just need to feel something from it, and I think people will feel a certain type of way about this film. And I hope it brings about good feeling.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for your time. Huge congrats on Tinsel Town, coming for everyone to see it. Thank you.